Hello and welcome to The Joyful Palette. I'm Helen, and today I'm going to be painting this rustic Americana hearts design. This is the reference photo that I'm going to be using today. I'm so glad that you're here, and I hope you enjoy this video. Here's the design already pre-stamped onto an 8x10 canvas. I have a few flats and rounds, an angle, and a liner brush. I may not use them all, but they are some of my favorites. I will begin with a light sage green colored background. I also threw some cream on my palette, but I'm not sure if I'll use it. Remember, when you're painting with me, you can always pause, stop, and rewind the video to work at your own pace. I will begin by tracing around the design and the leaves with my small round brush. Once I get some of that done, I'll switch over to my large flat brush and I'll fill in the larger areas of my background. I will zoom in here in just a moment so you can see my brush strokes. You don't have to worry about perfect placement because your leaves are going to be green in the end anyway. Just relax and enjoy yourself. Yes, I could have easily just painted over all of the leaves because I would have been able to see the outlines faintly through the paint, and I could have added them back in at the end, but I chose to paint around them, but you do it however you want. Okay, here I am switching over to my large flat brush. Oddly, I find this type of detail work very relaxing. It forces me to drown out everything and focus on the task. I realized that I forgot this tiny sliver, so I'm going to go back in and add the background color here before I move on. Remember, move that canvas as you need to in order to avoid those neck aches. I'm going to switch to a small angle brush for this next part. I'm going to pick up a little bit of blue paint on the end of my brush. And here's a close-up. I'm beginning by tracing around the inside of the heart, but I quickly realized that I would rather have my small round brush. I felt that I would have more control in the area where I was painting. Just take your time and work in small strokes, getting around all the design details, and again, shift your canvas around as you need to so that you're comfortable while painting. This is a marathon, not a sprint, so take your time. Now I'm going to fill in this section of the center heart in blue, just like I did the top heart. I'll shift the canvas and I'm going to paint this bottom star in blue. Notice that I'm not painting the very outer edges of the hearts or the stars. Those are going to get painted in later. That's all for the blue, so now I'm going to begin adding in the red parts. I'll start with the small star at the top. You know what the great thing about art is? You can do what you want. Here I decided to make this entire star red. Canvas shift because comfort matters. I'm going to start filling in these red stripes in the center heart. I'm still using my small round brush at this point. Don't worry about perfect placement of your paint. Remember, this is a rustic style painting. We've got a lot to do to this canvas. We're going to be distressing and adding more messy areas. So it's all going to work out. Just enjoy the process. Now I will fill in the center star, and I'm filling in everything except the very center. In fact, I accidentally forgot and even painted on the outer edge, but that's okay. I will fix that later. I'm moving down to the bottom heart, and I'll fill it in completely with red, and then we're almost done with all the red sections. So how are you doing so far? Are you enjoying this painting? Remember, if you need to from time to time, get up and stretch and take a look at your painting from a bit of a distance away. It really does help change the perspective. A few of these small stars in the top heart will be painted red as well. You can choose how many and which ones you want to paint. Remember, it's your painting. You get to do what you want. Whew! So much canvas shifting. I'm sorry. I hope that this doesn't make you dizzy. All right, I've rinsed my brush and now I'm picking up some cream color paint and I'm going to fill in the rest of these stripes in the center heart. Since this is a rustic style design, I don't want to have that stark white color, which is why I chose the cream. In case you're wondering, I am still using my small round brush at this point. And go ahead and fill in the center part of that center star with cream as well. More canvas shifting. I don't know that I've painted a painting recently that I've shifted my canvas this much. Without rinsing my brush, I want to add in some brown to each of the cream stripes to give them a more rustic, distressed feel. I'm adding a small amount to each end of the stripe and then a little towards the center of the stripe. Don't worry if you feel like you add too much brown. All you have to do is pick up some cream paint and paint over it a little to soften it and knock it back. But make it as rustic looking as you want. I've switched over to my angle brush and picked up a small amount of white paint, and I'm going to begin to use a dry brush technique to add vertical stripes to this bottom red heart. Dry brushing is picking up a very small amount of paint and offloading some of that paint onto like a paper towel so that when you go to apply it to the canvas, you can actually kind of see through that paint. Here I am showing you an example of picking up some paint and brushing off most of it before applying it to the canvas. See how little paint I have on my brush at this point? I'm mixing a little black and navy blue to get a deep blue tone using my small round brush. I'm going to begin to outline the top heart in this dark color. Remember, again, this is a rustic design, so you don't have to be perfect with your lines. A little messy is good. Off camera, I mixed together some red and a little brown to get a reddish brown tone. And I'm going to outline the center and bottom hearts before I move on to outline the two red stars in this color as well. Now I'm going to outline the bottom star with that deep blue color. It's time to add our leaves. I have two different greens that I'm going to be using. I have a eucalyptus leaf color, which is the darker, and I don't remember what my lighter shade is. I'm moving over to my large round brush, and here you can see just how little paint I have on the very tip. I'm holding my brush at a 45-degree angle and placing the tip of the brush where the tip of the leaf is and pressing down lightly. When you lift up, you will have a leaf shape. Continue this same brush stroke and try not to make each leaf exactly the same size because nature is not like that. Wow, you don't realize how many leaves there are until you go to paint them all. Now I'm going to lay in the stems for the leaves using my liner brush and a mixture of the leaf color with a little bit of black. You can also add a drop or two of water to thin it out a little. This helps when you're trying to make narrow lines. If you don't have a liner brush, just use your small round and use very little pressure when applying the paint to the canvas. Continue until you have all of your stems placed. Here I'm going to begin adding that center vein in the middle of each leaf. I'm going to add some dry brushing to the blue areas of the top two hearts. Again, very little white paint on my brush, and I'm wiping most of it off on a paper towel. And here's a technical term, but I'm just smooshing my brush around to add some of these highlights here and there. Now I'm going to dry brush some brown into the red areas of the bottom heart and the two red stars. This is all about getting a nice rustic, distressed feel. We're getting close to the end. Now I want to distress my canvas by dry brushing some brown paint all along the edges. And as I get a little closer in towards the hearts, I'm going to get lighter with that brown paint. As you can see, I like to use my fingers sometimes to smudge the paint too. Quite honestly, I really love to get paint on my hands. I almost overlooked the outlining around this part of the center heart, so I'm doing that now with some of that deep blue. And I might as well throw in some more dry brushed brown to the center heart while I'm at it. You can add as much or little distressing as you like. As you can see, I like a lot of distressing. Can't forget to highlight those leaves. You'll see how doing this will really bring them to life. I'm using my small round brush and a tiny amount of cream, or maybe it's the lighter green, I don't remember. Anyway, just add a few touches of that lighter color to the top part of each leaf and watch it transform. For my last step, I decided to add some dry brushed cream paint here and there around the edges as well. And again, I added some lightly as I moved towards the hearts at the center. Just play around until you get it the way you like. And that's a wrap. Let me bring it a little closer so you can see the detail in those leaves and you can see the dry brush technique that I used. Thank you for watching. I really hope you enjoyed.